Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure of being your host this evening. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the show. 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 The show.
Carbonated.
Basically, everyone's gonna have gas.
Yeah, that messing with my abdominals, man.
I'm Gucci.
Nothing for you?
No, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
I'll take my.
I just had a whole gallon of water before I got here.
That shit gonna come right
Going
out.
to the gym, working out. Don't skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
I'm a professional leg day skipper, so
Cause
I work out at home.
Did y'all see my new squat rack and everything in there?
No.
It's in the weight training room. I got a danger room now, buds. Yeah. Catch me doing drills in the danger room.
All right. Danger room.
Y'all remember that?
You talking about X-Men?
I'm talking to, yeah, it's like, that was the exhibit line. Y'all remember that?
Zip it.
What you see is what you get now.
Kind of knowledge.
No, wait,
Yeah, I
no,
know that.
no, wait, that's not that song.
We was jamming that
What
last.
song was that he did that on? It was a collab song. It was him, Eminem, and some other cats on there.
Who?
Oh, what you see? Yeah.
Who?
Not
No.
what you see, what you get now. It was.
It was a
Exhibit.
different one with him, and I know what you're talking about.
It was and it had like this. It was like a collab rap thing. You had these cats that had like
Oh, bum, 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 bum,
something like that.
bum, bum. That
Who?
one from Dre.
This is my house.
No, from- You don't really wanna
Not that one.
with me.
Not that one. It was Eminem.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
Yeah, Nate Dogg. Yeah, yeah. It was. I can't remember the name of that song. It's gonna bother me for the next week.
You'll get it.
What does that say?
About
Is that Adobe?
update successful.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
Update successful.
Update successful. It was it was Exhibit. Eminem was in it. Royce. What? No, I don't think Royce was in it. But it was like
Nickel 9.
what was it? He was talking like Eminem's line was like, "This place is my house." Da 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 my house. Hey, that's my couch. And then he was just
Yeah.
I recognize the line. I don't know
Yeah.
what song it was.
But that line, I remember the Exhibit line from that song. That's what song that was in. God, I don't remember that song. Now I gotta go look it up.
Now you gonna make me want.
Does Exhibit ever get credit for his bars?
No.
He's been out for a minute. Before
I mean,
he got,
but
before
he's
My
been-
Ride, he was out there.
Yeah, and I mean, he was on some of like top tier people's, tracks.
I think what happened with him is like label stuff got with him. And then you had other cats in his area that didn't really like him too much.
He's West Coast, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
West Coast.
Well, then again, yeah, he never really sounded West Coast.
He didn't.
But,
No, he did not. Nah. I did like that song. What you see is what you get now.
That's a
I
jam.
got to style, make the whole world go wild.
That's a child that could hold his own,
Bless
flesh and
his own.
bone, and no
I
matter
remember
where
that.
I'm from,
Oh,
feeling right at home.
Yeah.
One more time. Yeah, that thing's on.
Shouts out to Exhibit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Want to get that over? Want to get it off the screen
Yeah.
so you can see yourself?
Yeah, fine. God dang, I gotta
If I can't see myself, I get anti self-conscious,
Yeah,
and you can't be not self-conscious when you got a video going of yourself. I'm making Sol Dout do work. Y'all hear that sigh? He don't like me.
This is your conscience.
Oh man.
Remove off the screen.
All right, Jamie.
So you can see
No,
yourself.
man, I felt bad.
I'm your conscience.
I'm your conscience. I felt bad for that guy.
I felt horrible. Jamie later on talked about he
I
was.
think you should wrap it up.
I know. Did it just get hot in here?
I just did another joke that did not go over.
Well, yeah.
Did another joke that did not
Go
go
over.
I wish I could do a movie with. What do you say?
I wish I did a movie with
You
you.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
He just went in on him for nothing. Like this was a roast, and everybody's getting.
No,
everybody.
I
Jamie
think he
just got
said
on.
something about Jamie, and Jamie.
He just said one thing about Jamie.
That's all it takes.
Jamie said he was drinking that brown liquor. That's what he said. I'm like that ain't no.
Yeah,
excuse. You just wanted to get at him. That's
That's
all.
ego, man.
It
That's
has
all
to be.
that is. That's ego. And God, dog, man.
Shout out to that dude. I
What's
hope
his
he's still
name?
doing
Doug?
comedy.
Yeah, he's still Doug something. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Doug wasn't funny. I know that.
Well, they killed the mood with that
Was it
first
Doug?
one.
I think it's Doug Williams. I think.
That sounds. Correct.
That sounds right. Or there's a Doug Williams I'm thinking about. It's not a relative.
Or Doug Williams is a football player or something.
Yeah, it might be a football player I'm thinking about. Huh?
Yeah,
Anyway, yo,
What up?
it's been a while.
it has.
It's been a
Intro music. What's up?
Yeah. What up? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to October 1st for that intro track.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's my older brother, yo. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anywho.
Older.
He is older than me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but y'all like came out of the same class.
We did.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
I was about to
Same.
say.
I was gonna say, we did.
The same.
I mean,
This-
it's like, I mean,
We
that's
know the
like
birds
me.
and the bees.
I tell people that you like my younger brother, but I said younger, not little.
And we were born in the same,
We were born in the same
year.
What do you say about me? Sol Dout?
Look at his face. Like he's ready.
You say I'm your brother too?
I do not. Actually, Tim,
I'm sitting right here. No.
Tim, me and him been road dogs for a long time. Like, we rode with different crews, but kind of the same crew. But
Yeah.
kind of like the kid and play.
Yeah. Guess which one I am?
Obviously.
I'm play.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we're.
Cause I'm playful.
Yeah,
That's what you would say.
He's very playful. I am not.
Stone face.
Stone face. Yeah. Yeah, man. I do enjoy doing this podcast, man. I like.
It's good to be back, man.
Yeah, it's really big. Like,
Sorry I missed the last one. I know y'all missed me.
I know Tim. Antonio.
Aaron Bandera.
Yeah, he went to 3-4 different names before he got down to the.
I ain't even been drinking. I ain't been drinking yet. Y'all call me Gary on the show. I don't care.
You call me Tim sometimes. It's all right.
Let's call you Soul. I never said Gary, have I?
I think
You have.
Oh, okay.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've been look for everybody.
Yes.
Forever.
We know your name, but we don't say it.
we
And I got people
Unless
that.
we want to mess with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people called you ever since I've known you.
Seriously.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through a few nicknames myself.
I've actually trademarked that name now.
You
Actually.
trademarked it?
Yeah, I did.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, man. I like that.
So Leprechaun gonna get you
mean-
some money now.
Cha-ching.
I mean, Sol Dout is now a website, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
I went ahead and got my stuff. I seen somebody try to take my stuff, so I was like, nah, I got that. That's my.
Someone tried to get at you. Get your
Someone
stuff.
tried to get my stuff, man. They tried to get me for my paper. They wanted $4,000 to get that name for what was it? Not for Soul Scents, the website for my candles and stuff. I saw that somebody already tried to like keep it. I was like, I'm not paying for it.
So what were they using it for?
Not a damn thing. It's just sitting there. Like, it says. If
So
you
someone
want
already
this,
got the
you gotta
domain?
pay
Domain?
$4,000. Yeah, somebody has a domain name. They're not even using it.
How about Smelly Soul Sense?
Nah. See, what I did was just like
Add an adjective to it.
So my actual company name, Automate Studios. That's
Yeah.
everything. So
Right.
all I did was pretty much say, all right, cool. Soul Sense is a part of Automate Studios. It's like
Anime Studios doing business as Soul Sense.
Yeah. So I get my name.
That'll work.
I get all my stuff. All that stuff is trademarked, and Soul Sense is a product of Automate Studios. That's how you
There it is, man.
chess moves, baby. Chess moves.
That's right.
So, what have you been doing, Aaron? See, I got it
Man,
right that time. See?
thank you very much. Nah, we
Aaron, there.
I'm not trying to plug or nothing like that,
Nah,
but we
man,
just
that's why I did it. I want you to plug,
Okay.
plug your stuff. Like, tell us what you've been doing. Tell us when it's coming out.
all right.
What's the product? Like, yeah.
Cool. So me and I got with a production company, Appointed Productions, my company, Tim Foolery Productions. We wrapped on a short film, kind of a dramatic, not a dramatic, it's a mockumentary comedy. Shot at the weekend of September 25th. We're in post-production right now, about to edit it this actual week. So we're looking for it to come out probably early next year. It's called Pre-Shot. It's ridiculous. It's
Tell us about what
okay,
about.
a little synopsis. So
Yes,
I don't want to give
tell
too much
everybody
away.
what's about.
So basically, there's a gentleman who is obsessive about a tiny aspect of the game of basketball, but nothing else. He doesn't like basketball as far as the game. He doesn't like players. He doesn't like shooting. He doesn't like coaching. Doesn't like teamwork or anything like that. He just likes one little part of basketball. So there's a reporter, an up-and-coming reporter, trying to interview him and see why he is like this. And in that, she finds out, of course, why he's like that, but also gains respect for him and his craft. It's called Pre-Shot.
Pre-shot.
Yes.
Sounds like a porn.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like,
I was like, when I heard the name, I was like, oh, okay.
I know what that is.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
know,
called
like somebody gets
Basketball
over,
Man.
like,
That's
I thought it was about
paranoid.
like
See, y'all
somebody
messed
got
up my
overly
name.
excited every time it's a girl or something pop up, and it's like appreciate, like oh. I just looked
Right.
at you. I thought that's what it was about. Like I was like, all right, cool.
No, I'm changing the
Little
name,
edgy,
so.
little edgy, all right. But yeah, I did not know that's where you were going
Name
with that movie.
to be determined. So yeah.
Oh no, keep the name.
No, it's
keep,
all good.
Keep the name. That's awesome.
You said 2 of my things sound pornographic. You said that the music that I picked for Shrink's Office was pornographic. Now you're saying and now you're saying my title's pornographic.
It totally
we know where your
was.
mind is. I think that's what it is, everybody.
Hey. We're not talking about me here. Not talking about me. Not
But
talking about me.
thank you for letting me plug. Pre-shots coming out. Everyone
Yes.
look out for that. Appointed Productions, Tim Fuller Productions.
Hell
Aaron Banderas
yes.
in there.
We doing stuff around here. Yes. I
Wrote it, directed it, starred in it.
Yep.
Don't usually star, but I did it. So look out for that. It'll
He
be
did
awesome.
pretty good though. I saw him out there. I saw him doing his thing.
You came out on set a
Yeah, I
little
was
bit.
on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Collaborations, yeah.
Yeah, we gonna stay collabing. So what you been up to, Luck?
Oh man, just a simple guy, just doing simple things, you know.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah, right.
That's never the case.
Yeah, right. This is lucky we talk about.
That's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie.
No, man, it's just staying positive, man, and just educating myself on a lot of things. You know, stuff that I'm building towards is more so for next year or the year after. Just I'm doing 2 certifications for a life coach. One's for being a neuro transformational life coach, and then the other is a certified motivational speaker. So just kind of, you know, just applying as much downtime as possible to where I can be able to kind of just really soak a lot of it in. And so that's really all.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
You ain't gonna be taking
Well,
everybody's
I'll
money.
say this, man. It's kind of interesting though, because with that the neuro stuff, man, it kind of shows you a lot of I guess things that people do and how you can tell whether or not someone's lying to you, and you know, just communicating skills and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Well, man, that's
Nice.
good, man. Yeah, cool stuff. All right, let's get
Sold
on.
out. What you been up to, man? Talk about Soul Sense. What is Soul Sense? If y'all talked about this last show and I didn't, I'm sorry.
I'm tired of plugging my stuff, man. I mean,
No,
You can be tired of
used
plugging
I
your
used
own
it-
stuff on your own show.
I used it yesterday. I use it every day. It's good. I ain't lying.
I've been okay. So yeah, Soul Sense. So I've been doing candles. I've been doing soaps, bar soaps. I've been experimenting with liquid soaps, and they've been coming out pretty good so far. So the plan is now get the website up and running. Like, you know, but I got to get pictures done first, and then I got to come up with. There's a lot of stuff,
Man.
when it comes down to what I've learned. When it comes down to like actually having a product, like every little bitty thing, like this can of soda right
It's
here.
all individual
There's
decisions.
all this stuff that you got to have on there before you put it out. Like, yeah, I looked up like trying to get a UPCN code for my products. Right, I have to go through so many hoops just to do that. That's crazy. Like, I mean, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to launch it in October. And I started like looking into it. I got a Shopify account. I started opening stuff up, and I was like, "Hey, do you have this?" I was like, "You know, all I thought I needed was the EIN number, get my products, get it out there. You know, make my own UPCN codes, or get like a with the QR code or whatever."
Right.
Nope. Nope.
Dang, they gave you the no.
Nope. The government want they cut. They always want they cut, man. They always in your pocket, man.
They always cutting. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Dude, I'm
Real,
like, man. So yeah, so even like, you know, the artwork and everything like that, I make my own labels. Like, you know, I'm a professional graphic designer, so I don't need nobody for any of that stuff. But if you really want to get like get everything printed out and stuff like that, like, you know, for example, like this is actually printed on the can, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a sticker or anything like that. So if I want to get like specially made boxes or specially made bottles for my product, I can't just get it wrapped or something like that. You know, somebody actually has to make that. And, you know, for a small business guy like me starting out, I'm not trying to have like thousands and hundreds of thousands of product just like bottles laying around, because I ain't got that shit yet.
Right.
So, you know, you got to kind of like, you know, do what you got to do, change some stuff up. So I had to backtrack, reevaluate, and, you know, like get all that stuff out of the way before I could start. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cool, man.
Hey, living and learning. Hey, it's part of the plan
Yes.
there.
Yeah, man, but like, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like starting up, I would not I wouldn't do anything different. Like, you know, everything's been a learning. Like learning it, figuring out, knowing what to do, how to figure stuff out. Now the whole thing is like, you know, you got to pass on that knowledge, right?
Man, everything is preparation for something else. That's
Right
what
on.
Chuck Smith said, man.
Right on.
So next time, like, you know, somebody coming behind me, guess what? They're not gonna have to do all. They don't know how it works, how it runs, but you know, there's not gonna be any surprises.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the way I look at it. It's like, you know, I got to go through the hard stuff now, so the people behind me don't have to.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Like, you know, production stuff, film, photography, everything. Pass it on to somebody else. They're gonna be able to use it too.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to do, like, if I don't care. Like, I tell people all the time, if they want to learn how to make soap, like, I don't look at it as competition. Like, that's more people in the market. That's other people that's gonna put my stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's cool, man.
Good stuff. Like, there's plenty of money to be made out here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, there's literally an infinite amount of money out there. You just gotta create a lane for yourself. That's what it really is.
I always say everybody has $1 million. You just got to figure out how to find it in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I like that.
Shit, I'm looking for mine.
Like, how much have I figured out right now? I figured out what, $1,000 worth or something.
Yeah, I am kind of disappointed though. Like, my goal for this year was like try to break 100K. I don't think I'm gonna get that.
Right.
Like, you know, I got like past my other job. So essentially, I just wanted to make like, you know, like 30, 40K with a business.
Hey man, there
It's
you
coming,
go.
man.
As long as you got to go.
Didn't do it.
It's all good,
Didn't
man.
do
It's
it.
coming. It's on its way.
Yeah.
You got a good product. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I got the products there. People like them. That was the first part. Now it's just the government stuff. Y'all know how I feel about that though.
Yeah.
Always in your pockets.
Yes.
They want they cut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what with me is just like getting everything off the ground, getting the website up off the ground, getting everything. The marketing side of it is the part that I'm focusing on now. Like, you know, I got the product, and I'm satisfied with it. Yeah,
Okay.
It looks good, smells good, people love it. Now it's just the whole marketing side of it, and you know, making it look like somebody would want to buy it off the shelf, pretty much.
There you go.
There you go. So that's it.
You know
man.
what? I got some people that I can kind of put you together with to kind of whenever you get started and get on your feet.
Yeah.
You kind of do some little networking with. So
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing
Lucky
too.
got
like,
people.
Yeah, black businesses and stuff like that. That's another thing I'm all about too. Like, you know, I try to shop everything local and try to collaborate with my people. You know, I mean, there's got to be somebody else. I can't
well, it's a little bit of everybody. You know.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Being just a little bit of everybody though, as far as the networking goes.
Yeah, I mean, I do business with everybody. Money's green, bro. I'm not
There you
tripping.
It sure
Is your money green? Yes. No, I mean, that's actually a legit question because, you know, if you go to Canada, it's all red and pink and orange and shit. And
That's Canada though.
That's Canada.
Blame Canada.
Brown in Japan.
Vietnamese is blue.
Vietnamese is blue.
Yeah.
So that's a legit question. So if I ask you if your money's green, if the
It
money's
was
green,
blue in Iraq. I know when I got a Saddam
Red,
Hussein $100
red,
bill
it's
or
red.
something.
It's red.
The old one
Yeah.
was blue and something.
The
but
Iraqi dinar.
the dinars. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got some at the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
It actually got to be worth a pretty penny though. Iraqi money?
It wasn't while I was there. That was during the war.
It can be. I have probably
I forget how much I got.
about $1 million worth of Iraqi dinar, and I got about $4 million in Vietnamese dong.
Oh, wow.
Now, if the currency revalues,
See, if I would have said that, you'd have made a porno joke right there.
Yeah,
If
it was
Not
in
too
here.
lucky.
No, it was in here.
I know.
It was
I'm
totally.
sorry. You're talking about the money.
has it been a while?
Huh?
Because like,
Yes.
It has been.
Okay.
actually, yeah.
Oh, you was asking him.
I mean, hey,
It has been. I've been focused, man. I don't
That's
have time
good.
for it.
that's good. I find myself feeling that same way. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Takes time, and I don't have time to make time for it. You know.
That's the crazy thing about relationships, though. Like, I mean, are we getting off topic here? I kind of feel like we are. Nah,
That's all right. We ping pong.
we still just bouncing ideas. We didn't even get to our subject yet.
Right.
Like, you know, I do notice that, like, the more I focus on business, focused on, like, making money, things like that, all that relationship stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Give yourself a
that's all
goal,
right.
man. A lot of that'll fall into place. You'll meet
Yeah.
somebody along the way that's kind of aligned with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You know, get somebody that's like, you know, that's about that life.
Be on the same wavelength as you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not. I don't think it's hard. It's just, you know, just a line and pass and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll happen. Maybe I don't know. Anywho, let's get in with the show. We haven't even started.
The show.
Welcome.
The show. The
show.
show. And we've been talking for like 15, 20 minutes about nothing.
That's all right. Welcome.
Yeah.
We love you.
Just catching up, man.
Just catching up. It's been a while. So, a couple things that came across my news feeds. I don't know about y'all. Like Ice Cube. That's the first thing I wanted to get into.
Hey, man, he's in my top 5.
He's in my top 5. Like,
Yeah.
one thing that I do always
Talking about
like,
lyrically?
Yeah.
Okay.
MCs.
Okay.
I got it where it's MCs and rappers, but he made my top 5.
Okay.
MC.
Yes.
I can see that.
Think about it. He's a writer. He's wrote his own stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
some of the
he
hardest
has.
diss records that have ever been out
has.
there.
No Vaseline.
I'm
That's
trying
right.
to tell you. And he wrote practically majority of NWA's
Yeah.
first.
Yeah,
They couldn't
he wrote
write.
that whole album.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Easy non-rapping, and I still don't know why.
Wrote that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He's a
So
performer, yeah.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
I give credit where credit's due, man.
He was not a good rapper at all. He was pretty bad. I'm sorry.
It's true.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Easy was god awfully bad.
Yeah, he wasn't really a
But he had
rapper.
the voice.
Huh?
He had the voice.
He did have the voice.
Yeah.
He was marketable.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a god awful rapper.
Yeah. Kind of like Silk the Shocker.
No,
Man, that is
We ain't throwing shade though. Hey,
trash.
nah, man. Everything that
can you
Silk
stay
the
on a
Shocker-
beat, brother? I'm just like,
He had no concept on staying on rhythm, no beat, nothing.
it'd be different if he was like the RZA. He don't always stay on the beat, but he's got all sorts of lines going every
Well, you
which
know what?
way.
If we gonna box Silk the Shocker in on about stayed on beat, then we gotta put E40 there too.
But no, hold
He had-
on. E40 did that on purpose. He was literally
Yeah.
So who to say that Silk wasn't doing it on purpose?
something shocking. Sound like he had Tourette's.
Oh!
Like yo,
Hey, man, you want to record that again? No, that was it.
no, that was it.
That was
You
it.
meant to do that?
You meant to do that?
Yeah, I'm done.
You wanted to do
Is that how he reads a bedtime story to his kids?
I know he puts the emphasis on it.
I don't like green eggs and ham. Say my ham. I don't like green eggs and ham.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dad? Oh God. You notice they had okay, I'm done talking about
Okay.
Silk Shocker. Fuck
Okay.
that guy. He's terrible.
Okay.
Back to Ice Cube. Okay.
Yes. Topic.
Topic. God.
Cube.
Cube. Shouts off, hats off to Ice Cube, man.
Yes.
So one thing I've been telling people for a long time, especially black people when it comes to Democrats, don't automatically get your vote just because you're
Please.
black. Okay? And I'm gonna say the same thing for the people on the other side. That doesn't mean that you just hop and skip on over to the red side either, okay?
Yeah.
They gotta be able to provide you with tangibles,
There you
okay? They
go.
gotta have something for you. They gotta earn your vote.
Yeah. How about a
Okay.
reason for voting
They
for
got
him?
to, I mean, they got to give you something. They can't be like, well, we'll talk about it after the election, or just get us in.
Or only talk about it during the campaign, during the
only
election
talk-
year, and
Right.
then just
yeah.
disappear
I mean, because if you think about it, throughout the
like
entire
politicians do.
entire history of the United States, neither side. I mean, I don't even like to say Democrat, Republican because they flip flop sides
Yeah.
forever. They've always changed stuff up. But let's say whether you go conservative or whether you go liberal, it's still the same thing for both sides. They don't have a lot of black folks' interests at heart at all.
Yep.
Period. All right. These are the same groups of people that thought it was okay to keep you enslaved and under somebody else because they didn't think you were even human. That's what they justified up until I would say what 18, like mid 1800s, late 1865. I think that's when slavery ended.
Right.
Okay. And then after top of that, they still didn't see as much of anything. And then you had the civil rights movement, all that stuff, and that's in the 1960s. What is it like?
Our parents' lifetime.
That's still our parents' lifetime. Okay. I know my parents were born like what 63, 60.
Were they born in the South?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Louisiana.
Mine too. Oh,
Yeah.
New Orleans. My dad's New Orleans.
Yeah. So you got that going on. That's not even a person ago. These
Right.
people are still alive and kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff has been going on. So yes, shouts out to Ice Cube for saying like, look, either one, this is a bipartisan issue. Okay, I don't care which one of y'all fix it. It needs to be fixed. Y'all need to figure it out. That's essentially.
And what is so wrong with
Right.
that? People lost their
people
mind.
lost their freaking mind Because like they was like, oh, okay, here's what happened from what I gathered.
Okay.
As from what I can gather from what I've seen and read and stuff.
Yes.
So essentially, somebody from Trump's team said, "Yeah, shouts out for Ice Cube for coming to us and trying to work with us to come up with a plan for the platinum plan." They were trying to push that.
But he did state before he went anywhere. So he said what he was gonna do.
Yeah, he said exactly what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what happened was they tried to piggyback off of that and say like Ice Cube helped them with that plan, which is kind of misleading.
It's the media that stirred it.
Yeah, they stirred that up.
Yeah.
So you know, essentially what they said was like, oh yeah, Ice Cube, he signed off on that stuff, which he really didn't.
Right.
Okay, so and then what happened after that, and people just jumped on him. It was like, oh man, Ice Cube signed with Trump. I'm like, she was like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Right.
That's not what I said at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came out on CNN, talked to him, and then he said, what's his name, Kumo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kumo.
He set him straight, and he talked about, and then he went on Roland Martin's show and set him straight.
Right.
That's what I love about Ice Cube, man. He has no problem talking to nobody the same
That's
way.
true.
But see, I like the fact that he was willing to jump out there in front of the bullet and, you know, actually take a stance on doing something. And then I think he caught the repercussions of what most people or most celebrities are actually afraid of. Because in all actuality, let's say down the line, could this hurt his pockets potentially?
No. I don't think it would.
He made his money.
He got his money.
So, no, he's gotten his money, but as far as like future projects, people who feel like that, oh, you went against such and such, or you did this or you did that, and they also
I'd say after the election he'll be good.
Yeah, they want to blackball him and stuff, and so that's kind of how the media right now they're trying to go. You know, they're painting a different picture than what it would exactly was.
Yeah.
Now, just because he had jumped out there and was willing to go do something, but nobody else stood up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he did. I mean, he said whoever's in power needs to get this done.
Right.
Whether it's left, right, middle,
Right.
backwards, forwards, I don't care which one it is. It needs to get done.
Yeah, it sounded like he was making sense, and people don't like that.
Nah, man. I mean, this is why I hate about politics and like I don't really like talk. I know it, but I don't like talking about it because you know, I remember I went on the social media stuff, like, you know, talking about like, yo, both sides. Somebody's like, well, who's the racist now? It's like, well, both of them are. They're both trash.
Pick one.
I was like, you can pick either one of them. Like, you could talk about like either one at any given point in time. They did some crap against black people at some point.
Sure.
Yes. And then, you know, people will not say, oh, no, you're wrong about both folks. They will go one or the other, left or right.
Yeah.
And then it's like, they'll try to back up their guy. I don't know why people do that. Like, all this stuff is like on record that they've done this crap. Biden with the locking a bunch of niggas up every chance he got. Kamala Harris locking motherfuckers up every chance she got. And then Trump like not wanting to do business with black people on record. And like not wanting to give people homes and stuff like that. And that's
I am not buying that one though. But go ahead.
Oh no, we could also talk about how you went in on the what is it? Those kids.
Central Park exonerated 5.
And he still doubled down on that stuff. He said, "Hey man, I got it wrong sometimes. Sometimes like these people get." He didn't do that. He doubled down. It's like, "Oh man, they did something. What did they do in the park?" That kind of shit. That whole Karen mentality. Like black people can't be at a park somewhere. Like that kind of stuff. Like I mean. If whatever you want to pick, I don't care. I was like, both sides are trash to me. Yeah. Like, I mean, we could have done a lot better with the candidates that we got. I will say that.
I'm sure.
Both sides, trash. And all right, so I'm gonna get off your board though. I didn't even talk about your board specific. I talked about both. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. So I talked about both of them sucking. Like I know somebody just like I just feel it like just feel that energy like. Don't talk about my guy. Like, I don't give a shit about your guy, man. They both.
They're nobody's guy. They're me personally, man. It's like people. It's like people can't handle anyone saying anything political nowadays, right? Because you'll get boxed in no matter what. I don't do a lot of that stuff on social media, pretty much because I don't really claim a party or nothing like that. But if anyone asks me, I'll just say, hey, man. Whoever wins the presidency, whoever that may be, I hope and pray that they're the best president we've ever had because that's what the country needs. I don't care what side they came from. Kind of like what Q was talking about. Hey, whoever's in power, we need them to do the best job. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's see if we can help them or see if we can give them some information. I don't know. Is that too wrong?
No, I don't think that's not too hard. I don't think that's something that we should have to beg for.
Right.
I mean... here's what I don't get, and here's another thing too that people don't get for the most part. Your president is mainly just a figurehead. You got to look at the people who are actually making the calls and making the laws and making the decisions and telling you which ones are good and which ones are not.
All right, the people in the house.
That's your Congress.
Three branches
There's,
of government.
there's 3 branches of government. Actually, the president has a lot of power, but not all the power. Okay, you got to look at your Senate. You got to look at your Senate. You got to look at your House of Representatives. Okay, those are the guys who are actually making the rules.
Yeah, the majority of that ballot that you just did, if you early voted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff, especially with Trump, and I always said this before he even got in office, that guy is a huge distraction. And you'll see a lot of stuff that get passed, like run underneath the table, and nobody knows because they worried about what that dude is tweeting. I don't care what he's tweeting. I honestly don't care. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care.
I think he's a huge disruption on what was supposed to be happening, and then he's in the middle of it now.
You got. I need tangibles. I need to see what.
I got plenty out there.
All right. It better not be on Breitbart. That's what I can say.
On what?
Breitbart.
Breitbart, the news, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's another thing. I mean, if someone, and I've seen this online too, if someone tries to make a point, and someone will say, well, show me proof, show me sources, and they give a source. If it's from a certain news outlet, like, oh, well, this came from the Atlantic or this came from the Breitbart, they won't even read it. Of course, everything is biased. We know that, or at least leaning.
Like I say, there's a difference.
So
people are unwilling to.
There's a difference between the news, which is what I enjoy, and then there's commentary on the news.
Yes. Why does everything have to have a talking head? Why can't you report what happened?
Just give me the facts. That's all I want.
That's what Cronkite was doing.
Yeah, that's all I want. I don't want your take on it. Just tell me what happened. That's it. I can make up my own damn mind. Why can't I get that?
They don't want you to have your
neither
own.
side.
I would say they're not gonna provide that.
No, no media outlet.
To discuss this, we have
on
Lucky
major TV.
and Sold Out. Like,
there's nobody.
The media is controlled by a certain entity that's been in place for years, man. So they're gonna control the narrative too.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe that.
Yeah, it still doesn't mean that he doesn't annoy the shit out of me.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty much annoyed. But like again, shouts out to Ice Cube. That's what I want to get as like big shout outs to him for actually trying to get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he did a lot more, in my opinion. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of beer bottles or whatever thrown at me for saying this. He's done a lot of stuff that a lot of these cats that's been in office has done. He did for black people than a lot of folks did since the 60s. Like, think about how many people that we got into office. Since, like, nothing's been accomplished yet, but at least he got the ball.
Who you talking about?
You talking about Cube?
Yeah, I'm talking about Cube.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about what Ice Cube did, like, in terms of getting shit done for black people, like, specifically black people.
Like, actually written down
something. Okay? And, like, all these cats that we have put into office at high levels, that goes from all the way from Obama all the way down to the guy that we got in the city mayor.
He's been that. That's the funny thing. He's always been like that.
He has been. But like I'm saying, it's like, why didn't we have anybody who actually had that power to do that in the first place? He shouldn't have been on him. He's a damn entertainer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been on him. We had elected all these mofos in the office, like for, I don't know, decades.
Man, it's money, dude.
And then as soon as they get up there, they act like I can't do it all for just black people. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, isn't that what you said when you was running? Well, that was just running. That was just that's campaigning. That's not holding office.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference between campaigning the pep rally and when you're actually in the job. I've noticed that from when I first voted. When we turned 18,
Bush, right?
In the Bush election in 2000, him and Gore, right?
Yep.
So that was the first election I voted in. So I noticed that from the get go. And that was when they had the recounts and everything like that. So, and that's when the news stations started getting kind of really specific, like, you know, bias or leaning or whatever, like out and about with it, like Fox and CNN, MSNBC and all that stuff. So I noticed, like, they're just kind of preaching to the choir a little bit and saying all this stuff, promising all this stuff, and they get to office and you don't hear too much about it. They don't really do as much. It's like, so campaigning.
It's already an agenda in the office.
Yeah.
Once you get there.
So it's like, this is a pep rally. That's all it is. They call it. That's all they're doing.
Like, how many times Roe v. Wade's been like, oh man, this guy's gonna overturn Roe v. Wade. Nobody.
They'll say they will, so they can get up there.
Nobody's gonna take away your guns. Nobody's gonna
don't take my guns, man.
No, nobody's gonna take your damn guns. Nobody's gonna overturn Roe v. Wade. That's already said and done. I'm sorry. There's nobody that's gonna do that.
Actually do it, right?
Huh?
You said that nobody is actually going to do it.
Yeah, they'll talk about it. They'll say how they feel about it. They just to talk about to their base, but they're not gonna do anything. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's all figurehead bullshit. Not lucky you over there snickering. What do you guys say about that, man?
No, it'd be good if someone did what they said they're going to do. I mean,
I wish. I just want. I wish somebody was like, all right, cool.
There's already plans in place, man. This stuff goes back years, way before we were even born, man.
yeah.
Like I said, and then the parties that do get in the office, man, oh man, like I said, it's a whole different ball game because of all this stuff and what it's tied into. It's just it's all controlled by something else. It's like, I mean, to be honest with you, like even before who we have in office now, and I think we all were kind of seeing that because we've been doing so many deals with China, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, in all actuality, if you look at the direction we were going, our ass was pretty much was sold to China. I mean, shit. They were running everything, all of our goods, everything that we
I've been
had.
looking at Made in China on my toys since I was G.I. Joe, He-Man, all of them.
It's like, hey, man, I need some milk. We'll go ask China, It's just what it's been. So, and I don't know, man. If you think about it, man, it's where are the jobs here, or what is it that we are that America was kind of built on? We got creatives, just like yourself, and just like you're a film. You know what I'm saying? You're doing films. You're over here. You're doing candles and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
From what I understand, like about that part, so I have noticed for a long time that our manufacturing has gone down since was it the 70s, 80s. That's when it started going.
Yeah, they started closing those factories. My dad remembers they started closing the factories in L.A.
And I remember when I was in college, I asked my professor about this. I was like, why the frick? We don't actually build any tangible. He's like, no, man. America, we do.
Not even the materials anymore.
Nope, not even that. So, and he was like, well, for the most part, we export ideas. That's what we do. That's what our game is now. And I'm like, wait.
And we're leaders in ideas too, but
yeah, I mean,
ideas ain't jobs.
We got innovation and stuff like that, but
man, it's like,
but at the same time, that's not going to help out Joe Schmo who ain't got no good fucking ideas.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, so where are all those jobs going? What are we going to do? Like, this is like a 30 year from now, huge freaking problem. Like, if we're not building anything, all right, we're not manufacturing nothing. We're just coming up with these ideas just to ship them to somebody else to do. Like, what are you gonna have like average Joe do? Like, they ain't gonna be able to do jack squat.
Yeah.
I mean, especially I'm talking about like in terms of like building wealth. I'm talking about in terms of like being able to buy a home, because let's face facts, prices are gonna go up forever. They're not gonna ever stay the same. Like, decades from now, like you look at like how we used to look at a $50K job back in the 90s. Like that was,
you thought you
thought she was a shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The house I grew up in Rowlett was, I think, $73,000, 2-story, 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, my mother purchased a house. It was about $70,000 at that point in time.
Yeah,
good house too.
Yeah, you could get a house for under $100K, and a really good house in a really nice neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and now you can't even. Every house that I've seen in Dallas area.
No, man, don't talk about Dallas, man.
Shit, $400K easy.
Inflation goes up 2% every year.
Yeah, no matter what.
Every year. You should apply that to every single thing you
raises go up.
Right.
Like 0.75% or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not as much.
That's okay, my mic is off. Check. All right, there
we
go.
You go.
So, God, this sucks. I gotta fix that. So that's the biggest problem that I saw. It's like, okay, so if you don't have people actually putting this shit together, I'm not saying everybody wants to work a factory job or anything like that. I mean, but at the same time, you got to put something tangible together in order to keep your economy up and running. You just can't have like these, like, I don't know. It's kind of. It's kind of like, the whole gaming thing, right? They kind of go like no discs, and they trying to go like, downloadable content and stuff like. It's nothing that's like in your freaking hands.
And that's the thing, man.
That's a problem.
America was built off the backs of creators, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? This table we have, microphone. Somebody thought of that idea and created it, and they did it right here.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, God.
So do you think? I mean, you think about the whole thing, how technology and everything has been booming, but it's all good when we get all these new technologies. Like I remember when the 256 megabyte hard drive. I was like, oh man, that's a lot. Now he like got gigs and everything like that. But it's like
Terabytes.
yeah, terabytes. But thank you. But the whole purpose of technology is to do stuff for people. So if our technology continues to grow, you know, it's kind of self-defeating. I'm not going to say, hey, let's go back to the Stone Age, but I mean, we got to learn new ways to create. Is that what you're kind of?
I totally agree.
You know
with
what I'm saying?
Because I feel like with the direction that we're going, AI is gonna take your job. So unless you know how to create or start something, you know,
Right.
you're pretty much asked out.
Another thing I did hear that was actually pretty good too is like this one cat was saying like either you're gonna have one or two types of jobs. Either you're being told what to do by a machine on what you got to accomplish, or you're telling a machine what to do. There's going to be one of those two in the future.
Skynet, man, watch out.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So either you're being told what to do, or you telling the machine what to do.
Right.
So, that's why, and this is going to segue to our other topic. We were talking about like colleges and stuff like that. It's like sending your kids to college. Do you want to pay for your kids to go to college, or do we have to have a different mindset on that?
So with me being a parent, and I have a child that is, on the cusp of thinking about, pursuing college or let alone just their ideas or their dreams. And I always ask that. But that question was posed to me, and I decided that, I shouldn't pay for college. And the reason why behind that is because I feel like for her to earn it, she'd appreciate it more. She'd dedicate herself more. Okay. If that's something that she's interested in doing.
So not because
just
it's
like
bad
you said,
investment or anything like that.
Well, I feel like even if she was to invest in it herself, like I said, she can get out what you put into it. And in all actuality, that's why I ask her on a daily basis, what are your dreams? Do you have it written down? What is it that you want to do? And if it's okay that they change as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you go into college to amass or acquire wealth, I mean, there's more than one way to do so. You not necessarily have to go get a piece of paper.
And the fact that you come out in debt if you don't have
come out in debt.
You know what I mean?
If you don't have nobody paying
that's the biggest thing for me. It's like
that's the other thing, and that's the other thing I said strategically. If you're interested in going to college, how to go about it. Besides, like you said, just getting that loan, and then you got debt weaving over your head as soon as you come out of there, and then already I got to go find a job. I got to go because I didn't follow my own dream. I got to go work to build someone else's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Like I tell people this all the time. Like, I graduated from school, right? But and now looking at it on the back end of it, there's like so many things I could have done differently where I didn't have that student loan.
So you tell me, with you going to school, do you feel like for kids, is that a piece that they need? Is there something in college outside of the, curriculum? Do you feel that there's a piece of college that they need on why they have to go?
Nah.
Well, I mean,
honestly, no. I think getting into the workforce, actually doing stuff, getting out in that real world experience. Mm-hmm. Like, when you work a really shitty job, like I've been a janitor, I've worked retail. Like, only thing I haven't done that was a shit job is like be a server. That's
food service.
Food service is the only thing that I haven't done that wasn't a shit job. Now that right there is enough to make you hungry enough not to have to do that shit again.
Okay.
So and like I noticed that stuff. Like I had when I went to school. Like there's a lot of cats that never really worked like that before,
or never had responsibility.
Never really had that responsibility where they were responsible for stuff like that. And every time when they were broke or something like that, they never had. There was never a situation that they just needed money.
Right. And what was your take on it?
My take was, I asked my dad this, just not really a segue, but like, how in the military you can't be an officer unless you have a degree. You can have a degree in basket weaving, but if you got a degree, you can be an officer. But if not, you got to go enlisted route. And of course you say you're in the military for a few years and everything, the enlisted side, and you see a boot lieutenant come in, just graduated. It's like he's the dude that doesn't know anything, but he's in charge because he's got the piece of paper. Mm-hmm. But you got gunnies, you got all these other people that are really leading and really in charge, but because he's got something shiny, he's in charge of your life and everything. Mm-hmm. And I've seen some lieutenants that are just waiting to get somebody killed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, a college degree
experience, like you were saying, Sol Dout is really huge.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of incompetent people with very high level degrees. Like I'm talking about like medical doctorate degrees.
Man,
They're not just because you have that piece of paper does not mean you're smart.
right.
I will tell you guys that straight
It means you took
up.
the steps to get it.
It means that you got enough money and you took the steps to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so a piece of paper doesn't really mean much of anything. It doesn't. It says that you did that work, and also fun fact: a lot of those motherfuckers cheat. So,
Oh, sure.
So would you invest for your child to go to college?
I still got some time.
I would say
We still got some time.
Yeah, I got a lot of time, but here's the way I want to be in position to do so.
Gotcha.
So that's number one. But I always said this: you only really need to go to school for one of 4 degrees. If it's in science, tech, engineering, mathematics, something like that. Those liberal arts degrees, you could literally.
That's to get information, to acquire information, but it's not going to place you anywhere.
Yeah, that's to get the information.
You
That's
know?
all I'm really concerned
Right.
with. So, if somebody, I'm not going to buy medicine from somebody who doesn't know anything about biology or chemistry. That's just insane. Okay? At the same time, if somebody's like a lot of those jobs and stuff that's going on, they do a lot more training on the job and you learn
Yes,
exactly
they
what you
do.
need to do.
A lot of people skills are taught on the job.
Yes.
Even a lot of skill sets. Like for
Yeah.
example, there's a lot of people that won't hire you with a high degree because they're like, oh, I'd rather just bring somebody in who's like fresh out, and I can train them the way
they need to be for
want
this
to train
job.
For this job,
Yeah.
Versus somebody who's been in the game for a minute, they've been doing this and that, and they're like, oh well, I'd rather get somebody brand new so I can train them the way that I exactly want them.
And they won't cost as much.
And they don't cost
Yeah,
as much.
yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
So, at the same time, I will say this to counteract my own argument. I told you guys about that 100K goal that I have. It's a lot easier with a master's degree and a doctorate.
Right.
Like, you could get to that threshold a lot faster. Like, if you have to have somebody give you that
college is not
money, that's a
pointless,
job.
but
Like, it's not point. Like, I need to clarify that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, at the same time, like you have a high earning potential, like working for somebody.
Yeah, even statistically speaking.
Yeah. So somebody will
You
give
just
you.
got security. I think colleges put you through the way you can get security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but even then, that's a farce. Like, really, I know people with doctorate degrees still working at fucking McDonald's or don't they have jobs at all.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, so it's not a guarantee.
Right.
But at the same time, like trying to get over that threshold is really hard with just a bachelor's and not having one at all. Like, if you have a master's, doctorate degree, somebody will give you over 100K. That's just what it is.
Okay,
Especially
where
if
my money?
But you got to have it's the STEM route though. It's science, tech, engineering, mathematics. You can't get a doctorate degree in basket weaving and expect somebody to break you off some paper. That's not gonna happen.
It just sounds like delayed gratification.
It is. It is. It is. A lot of it is. And I was in back to
Same way I feel about 401ks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at
So
it.
Aaron, what's your take, man? You got children. What you gonna do?
Man.
You got 2.
I got two babies. I kind of see what you're saying, Sol Dout. I want to be able to send them to college, but I want to prepare them for life as well. Like leading up to them, I want to. What I'm trying to do now is try to look into them, ask them the questions, kind of like you were talking about, Lucky. It's like, hey, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? So I can see which way to kind of take them on a path. I can't say, hey, don't go to college unless there was a clear path that they can do and they had steps that they can take for it. Otherwise, one thing, and my father, when I did ask him that question about how come officers have to have a degree, because college teaches you how to think, because it does give you that, hey, you're on your own a little bit more. You got to have the responsibility and think for yourself more. So it gives you some of those higher level, I guess, thinking skills and social skills, if you get those and everything like that, that helps you in life. So I want to try to cultivate that in my kids. Would I pay for it? Lord.
Yeah,
I think I still got some Hazelwood money from the military.
Like I said, that takes away, but see, it takes away from whatever it is that you may have been,
You know what though?
putting to the side.
It does.
I'm gonna knock that. I'm not gonna go ahead and knock out both of that argument. Like, so why not this, right? Like, between the three of us, right? We understand the value of ownership, how that works, and how that operates, getting businesses off the ground, stuff like that. I know you know,
Right.
and I've seen you. Yeah, y'all. We all three of us have that. why not put our kids in that position where they know how to own shit? They know how to run the businesses and stuff like that. I'm talking about.
No, that's good.
Yes.
I had my son on set with me. Both of my kids were on set with me the other day, going to production meetings and stuff like that, so they can see, hey, this is what it looks like to the creative process to make something.
Yes.
You know.
So
I agree.
Yeah. So whenever they get up to that step, like they might want to go to school. It's like, I think I want to go ahead and earn the money, knock that out the park, and then get a degree if I need it or something like that.
The whole fallback on thing that our parents used to tell us.
I don't even like the idea of
because we're kind of artsy, because I know you told me your stories about, hey, you wanted to do this and that, but
yeah,
I have something to fall back on.
I went where my opportunities were.
Fall back on with debt, I guess that's my question now in hindsight.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, I mean, and like you were saying, having a degree can push you over that hump that just having high school won't get you to, unless you do a whole lot of grinding and have a whole lot of opportunities and chance.
I
agree.
One thing that school doesn't teach is, of course, I'm gonna go back to, is the financial part. If I can give my kid the financial literacy piece, to where she can develop strategies based off of how her finances are structured on what she wants to accomplish, I could say that the sky's the limit for her to build, and not necessarily will she need a degree. Yep. But if you want it because there's a certain area of expertise that you want to go for, hey, be that as it may, I feel like, yes, you should go ahead and pursue that. Yep. I'm going to say it again so you can get it clearly. You should pursue that. So what that entails is you finance that, because I'm going to give you the piece on how to structure your finances for you to be able to do what you want.
Well, I agree. I also have a counter argument though.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel about like seed money? Like, everybody has needs a little start. Like your kid's going to need a start.
Right.
So I just wanted to bring that argument.
I don't see nothing wrong with seed money for life.
So here's the start.
Okay.
And I'm doing this. This is straight off of just like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So to be honest, just to be clear, my daughter has two things going on. One, she's a photographer on the side. She likes that. She wanted to turn that into a business. However, I explained to her, doing what you want to do and having that freedom of creating your funds. Like I said, instead of you working for money, you making your money work for you. You have to be able to go and work for yourself. Yep. And it's a lot of work doing that.
It's a lot of work.
Okay, it's a lot of work doing that. Now, on the other hand, she, just like you just said, how do we get the capital? Okay, so if your strategy is, hey, I'm going to go to work from the age of 17 to, I don't know, 19, 20, 21, okay, cool. Do so. Now, with your job, how much are you trying to amass to be able to accomplish what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the financial piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're teaching her how to work her finances to her benefit.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so what I call that is forecasting. We can literally put that on an Excel spreadsheet, and you can write out how much money you need, not to earn, but to keep.
Yeah.
But
That's
to
the
keep.
difference.
Okay.
You got living expenses. You got
Right.
everything else. What do you need outside of that? Like
Exactly. And you and we'll put down the amount that you're looking for and how much you need in order to amass that. Now, the question is, and of course life happens, but can you be able to, as long as you do this, follow the plan?
Yeah,
because it's right there.
Yep.
Nothing else, anything outside of what you see that's on that paper, it's just it deviates away from it, but you got to come back to this. So
and are you gonna let her do it all on her own, or are you gonna like coach her through it, or just say, hey?
Oh no, please.
Because you've given her the skills.
Right,
So
I'm giving her the skills, and I'm telling her, look, even throughout that, if you still need to sit down and strategically, okay, I effed up somewhere, so hey, let's talk about it. Okay. That's where that's what we're here for, right?
Gotcha.
Let's think it through. Let's talk through it. Okay, let's come up with a strategic plan. On since we didn't meet our expectation or our goal for that 1 month or 2 or 3, how can we get back on track? And again, what are we doing? Working for it.
And you're learning too. Like if you mess up, failure helps.
There's nothing wrong with failure. I keep
Right.
telling people
yeah.
all the time. Love failure.
Yeah.
That's why.
Gotta embrace that, man.
You gotta embrace that.
Got
failure.
to embrace that.
Yeah. Can't play perfect. I don't play
Right.
for perfection here.
And I think also with that piece, and this is where I was also going to get at, is whether or not does somewhere within college, does it groom the emotional intelligence for kids. Because think about it, for those that do come out and then you're stuck within the working world, and then they're faced with that debt, and then they're also faced with, you know, the livelihood of their own lives in society. How can they take that? They don't have no one to, that mom, dad, no, they're out on their own. Okay. So now that plays on how can you mentally handle this? How can you grasp that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That also is, you know, whether or not that piece is in place. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like, I mean, there was a lot of life lessons in college. I'm not gonna lie about that, and I did the stuff that I do now is in terms of what I do for work and like how I make money and stuff like that. I learned outside of the classroom.
Right.
The experiences that I got and like how I wanted to do, like the things I wanted to focus on, it was out of the classroom. Like I went to other classes, other schools, and learned on my own. Like that trying to be that self-starter and stuff like that. You could get that in school, but that's because that's my personality. Like, you know, if I could listen to somebody talk at me for like an hour or something like that, write down what they just said and then pass a test, that's nothing for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taking that stuff, like if I really want to pick up on something like that, I'm really just like taking it, going over here, messing around with it until I perfect it, and then I got my own recipe. They don't want to do that in school. It's all about lather, rinse, repeat. Get this information, pass a test, get a piece of paper,
get a grade,
get a grade,
GPA, get some Latin on your name.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing I can say even for myself with my own experience is that I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Yep.
16 years old.
Yep.
I'll say off the bat, and I always love telling this, is because I've had 38 jobs in my years. 38 jobs, okay? And most folks look at this sound, they hear that and they're like, oh man, 38 jobs, God. You know, I said, so yes, you hear that. You hear that, okay? 38 jobs, okay? And then it sounds negative to you. How I see it is those are 38 jobs. You know what that means to me? Is that there was one thing I knew how to do, and that was sell myself. So why not just invest in myself?
All right.
You know? So that's the same thing, kind of how I gear towards my daughter. Say, look, if all this fails, who else can you rely on? Yourself. Yep. Go right back to yourself. Create. I'm asking you to think. That's one. I mean, I'm asking any individual to think, but for the kids that are coming out, think. Like you said, we all have this we all have this $1 million in there. So hey, go figure it out. You know. Yep. Ain't wrong.
No.
Not at all. But I don't know. That's the only thing that I think that's a formula that works for people who have a couple of things in them: grit, determination, focus, and passion.
You could do stuff like if something makes a lot of money, but you're not passionate about it. You're the motivation. I think. Did you say motivation?
Yeah.
I think that.
So here's the thing. Well. I think, and all of those is great, but I think what most folks is they overthink things. And I said, in all actuality, if you really want me to just kind of just make it simple for you, so just think about business. All business really is finding a problem and then solving it.
Yep,
that's true.
All.
Yep.
That's all is what you see around.
Mr. Bezos knows that.
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Businesses, that's all going into businesses. And someone said that they had someone.
Let me help them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but like my whole thing is like that works for a lot of I wouldn't say even most people. For some people that will work. Like teaching them that way, that route, stuff like that. Not everybody's going to be an owner.
Right.
Some people are destined to be employees because that's all they want to do.
Everybody can't be a chief. You got to have some Indians.
You got to have some Indians.
Yeah.
So if I was going to, like, I'm just trying to think, if I was in a situation where I know my kid and they just want to be, they're smart, they're intelligent, but they just don't want that life. They ain't about that life of trying to run a company and all that shit. Then you got to reevaluate for sure.
And it may take a while. I mean, some kids are late bloomers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They may get that later on in life.
Yeah.
You know, after working for somebody and seeing, hey man, this is
exactly. So
as soon as you start working,
right? You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I wanted my daughter. I say, look here, I know you got the photography piece on, but hey, why don't you go work 2 or 3 years for somebody, and then let's reconvene and talk about it again, and let me see how you feel after that.
What do they call that? Adulting?
Yeah. If she come back there, this is bullshit.
You know? now she come back all still like,
Here comes the motivation, right?
Yeah. Like, that's the motivation right there. Like, I'm tired of this motherfucker telling me what to do.
Right.
For 8 hours a day, I gotta let this motherfucker tell me what to do.
No more TPS report.
TPS? What the fuck is that TPS? Why do they need this? Is every day a fucking fire drill? What is it? No, man. Like, you get tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, the older you get, the less bullshit that you want to put up with.
Yeah.
Like, I seen people, they make 200, 250K, end up just like running the cars at the mall or some shit because they got, I'm tired of this shit. I mean, it's legit. They got their money. These people, like, they're just tired of dealing with some corporate bullshit. And it makes sense. Like, you can't do that forever and keep your sanity. Either you're going to end up being a dirtbag or you're going to end up in the dirt.
Or take a lot of vacations. I'm
all about people having, you know, a sense of freedom. Free will, to say, and so with me, and I'm in the financial field. I've been in the financial field for about 10 years now. This is some of the same things that I tell my clientele as we establish their finances. Is, you know, it's one thing to be on the job because you have to, but if I show you how to structure your finances to the point where if I don't know, old Joe Smo come to you and tell you to do something, and you have the free will to say, you know what, I can leave this job and just be fine and get up, you know, or to go do something else. You know, I can say that I've seen that for an example because my own mother did that. Got up and I had no idea. It wasn't like anything in our household changed. We were still eating steak every Sunday. We were still eating steak every Sunday. And she got up and left a Fortune 500 company. She got up and left and sat at home for an entire year. But she told me straight up, it's because of the way my finances is set up. It's built to where, yes, I can go up there and say and make demands or say what I will and won't do. And if they don't like it, or if I don't like it, I can get up and say, you know what, I think I'm done here. Yep. So that's my thing, is empowering people on to how to have that same mobility and that same free will.
And you also got to look at like employment, like just like your mom does, right? Like the way that you got to look at, like when you get employed by somebody, that you're actually selling a service to that company. Like you're your own. You're selling your your work.
Right, right.
So you're selling your labor.
You're providing them with something, not just them paying you to do stuff.
Yeah, not paying you to do stuff like certain tasks and stuff like that. So you're paying them they're paying you for your services. So whether they put you on a W-2 or whatever the contract version, I can't think of it right now, but. Like, whatever that case may be, where you contract, you're employed, or whatever like that, that's what you're selling to that company. So, whatever they pay you to do, what do you accept? That's it. Okay? That's where that goes. So, you change your mindset with that. Like, you know, you might be employed by them, but they don't own you. Well,
that's right.
You're providing that service for that time period. And then people got to get out the mind that the company owes them something.
Man.
That's another thing, too.
Come on.
I see
entitled on a job and like.
Come on.
Man.
You're not entitled to anything. Like they paid you for that 2 weeks or that month or whatever.
They give you what they owe you.
Right.
Every first and 15th, right?
Every other week or every month or whatever frequency that you get paid, they paid you for your
and
time.
You agreed on it.
They paid you for your labor, and that's what you agreed to.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So I when people start complaining about their jobs, it's like, okay, well, you taking it.
Right. One, you taking it. Two, I mean, and I just had this conversation with somebody where she was like, you know, well, if my job would have paid me more, I would have stayed there. Like, look, first of all, quit putting what you feel like you are worth in someone else's hands. Yeah. You know, if you feel like you're worth more, then hell, go create something. Go do it. Go figure it out. Yep. You know.
Yep.
Prove it.